Jeff Reinhardt, principal of Hilliard Darby High School. Hilliard Darby has the distinctive honor of being Hilliard City Schools' first second high school. Its opening effectively doubles the educational, extracurricular, and leadership opportunities our district provides its high school students. With its state-of-the-art facility and caring and compassionate staff, Hilliard Darby is yet another example of the support our community has given education over the years. In fact, they've been sharing that support in our community for nearly 200 years. So before we take a peek inside and look ahead, let's look back and see how far we've come on the road to Hilliard Darby High School. It's been a long road, one that starts 183 years ago, all the way back to 1814. To appreciate just how long ago that is, consider this. In that same year, 1814, Napoleon Bonaparte was banished from France. The British were busy attacking Washington, D.C. and burning down the White House. And Francis Scott Key was just getting around to writing the poem that would become the Star-Spangled Banner. That was 1814, the same year the first school was built in Norwich Township, a one-room log cabin built at Smiley's Corner near Wesley Chapel on Dublin Road. Needless to say, the cabin's not around anymore, but the legacy it started lives on. Into the 1800s, as the area grew and Hilliard became an official community, more one-room schoolhouses went up until 1878, when the first multi-room school for all grades was constructed at the corner of Main and Madison for a whopping $2,500. What a bargain! The first diplomas were handed out in 1888, and every member of the senior class got one. Both of them, Frank Elsie and Emma Harrington. In 1906, the first dedicated high school was built on Scioto Darby Road, just east of Main Street, for a cost of $11,000. The first yearbook came out in 1915 and was called The Blue and White. In 1917, all the elementary schools from both Brown and Norwich Townships were consolidated into one brand new school at Main Street and Scioto Darby, called Hilliard Elementary. But with the consolidation of these schools came the first transportation problems for outlying students. Many kids drove their own horse and buggy, but others had to be ferried to and from school in horse-drawn vehicles, called kiddie wagons. In the late 20s, motorized coaches took over and put the buggies and their horses out to pasture. Speaking of buggies, we don't know why students hoisted this one onto the roof of the school, whether it was a salute or a good riddance to the buggy era. But whatever the reason, we have to hope it doesn't give our kids any ideas. In 1919, agriculture was a common way of life in Hilliard, and for that reason, a vocational agriculture program was begun. Classes were held in farm buildings right on high school grounds. These students brought many state and national honors to the school, and the program lasted until 1972, when Toll's Technical Center took its place. The 40s saw the emergence of school pride and the formation of the first official high school football team, complete with mascot, the Fighting Wildcats. They played their games in the oval of the Fairgrounds racetrack until 1951, when a group calling themselves the Hilliard Athletic Boosters saw the need for a stadium. After only 3 months of soliciting donations, enough money was raised to build a new stadium, complete with lights. In the mid-50s, space got really tight in the old high school, so a new one was built on Scioto Darby Road and named Hilliard High School. Hilliard High served students for over 30 years. The 80s saw tremendous growth. So much, in fact, that graduation ceremonies had to be held in the Ohio Theater and Veterans Memorial in downtown Columbus. It was obvious a new high school was necessary. In 1987, voters passed the Blue Ribbon Bond issue, and in 1989, Hilliard High School, today known as Hilliard-Davidson High School, opened its doors on the corner of Davidson and Avery Roads. The extra space didn't last long, though. From 1987 until 1997, enrollment in the 60 square mile school district more than doubled, growing from 4,400 to 11,000 students in less than 10 years. In fact, Hilliard earned the title of the fastest growing city in Ohio for several years during that period. With no end to the growth in sight, there was only one solution: build a second high school. Almost everyone knows the happy ending to this chapter after the emotional 10,000 Kids at the Crossroads campaign. Voters approved funding for the new high school and did what the men and women of Hilliard have done since 1814, sacrifice today to maintain the quality of their schools tomorrow.
The Hilliard community has had a long history of commitment and support of its school system. The Hilliard City Schools' commitment to quality education is ongoing. The kinds of opportunities that we provide our young people in the classrooms and on the playing fields and in the laboratories will give them the experiences that allow them to thrive and succeed in the 21st century. Bringing Darby High School into the Hilliard School community adds to the depth and resolve that we have in making that happen for every boy and girl in our school community.
Once the votes were counted, the hard work began, and after much careful consideration, it was decided to use the same design with some improvements for Hilliard Darby as was used for Hilliard-Davidson High School. Big, efficient, and very friendly, it has proven itself to be an excellent design and worthy of duplication. And by using a plan we already had in hand, the district saved hundreds of thousands of dollars in construction and design costs. Also, by making Darby and Davidson nearly twins, we felt it was a statement about our commitment to quality and equity across the entire school system. Once the design was chosen, Turner Construction never looked back, working year-round when possible to bring this project in on time and on budget. New attendance lines were drawn to determine which students would go to which high school. And last year, during the 1996 school year, those kids spent their freshman and sophomore years in a temporary home, the 6th grade school right down the road, which we called the Transition Building. Even though it wasn't the perfect situation, we had a good time there, and I think we all grew closer by spending that year together. Aside from classes, there were a million things to do in preparation for this year. As teachers and staff were busy preparing for the big move, students were busy too, selecting school colors and a new mascot.
It was a really long but fun process. You know, I forget, there was like 12 members on our committee. You know, we spent like days in the library, looking through. We had so many color choices and so many mascot choices, just trying to decide. We like narrowed it down to like 10 or so, and then we let the whole school vote. So it was really exciting to be a part of that.
This has been one of the neatest experiences I've probably had in my career. This group of students really wants to own this building, and they want to help build the culture for their high school. They've been in here for the past 3 weeks helping staff get ready to open the building and to get classes ready, get papers ready. I've never seen a group of students take such ownership as they have.
Well, we're very grateful to the people of Hilliard for giving us a new experience, and like Hillary Clinton says, it takes a village to raise a child, and this community has pretty much done that, and it's up to us now to take advantage of this opportunity as much as possible and continue to our quest for education.
I'm actually looking forward to it because I'm going to start off with a new school, new classmates, new teachers, brand new everything. I think it's going to be very exciting. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
everybody's really excited to be part of this Hilliard Darby High School because no one's ever been part of a brand new high school before, and it's all new. Everything's new, so we're all pretty excited about what's going on. We're getting new instruments, and we're opening things up every day. New boxes come in. It's just like Christmas every day. So
That kind of excitement has been contagious with students and teachers alike. You see it everywhere. And even with the pressures of this past summer, getting classrooms together, getting teams and lesson plans together, the thrill of being part of something new has made it all worthwhile. Getting a brand new school is a dream come true.
Oh gosh, I'm excited to get back into the school year and see the kids, and the facilities are just outstanding. I'm sitting back in the lab area of one of the biology classrooms. And I think this is one of the best things about this building is that we've got dedicated areas that we can do labs back here, and in the front of the room we have the desks so we can run the standard lecture. The equipment's great, but it's the people that make the building. There's just a great sense of working together with my colleagues, the people, the teacher, and the staff, and the administrators. It's a real good team, and I'm glad to be a part of it.
The facilities here are fantastic. In this room, we'll be doing drawing and painting. I'm just finishing touches on things. Next door, we have a room for drafting and an engineering class. 2 doors down, we have ceramics, and across the hall, we have photography. We will have color photography also this year, not just black and white. And not just the facility, but a lot of good teachers here. It's such an exciting year, and I think just being with the students, they keep me young.
We're here to meet the curricular needs of the students, as well as their personal interests. In fact, I don't think they're going to have any need to go to the public library or to a bookstore for a while, because that was my goal, to make it a warm, inviting place where they would want to come and learn as well as enjoy themselves. Our school district is very generous, and they give us what we need to do the job that we need to do. This is fun. This is what I think everyone who has my position dreams of doing.
When we open the doors in the fall, we'll have almost 300 computers throughout the building. They'll be networked. We'll have internet access. We'll have a closed student email system. We did technology right here. The computers we bought are workhorses. They're going to be upgradable. They'll work for us for a long time into the future. Even though technology changes every 18 months, these guys are going to do a good job for us for a long time.
We are blessed with some outstanding athletic facilities here at Hilliard Darby High School. Right now we're standing in the Hilliard Darby Athletic Complex, main stadium. This stadium will be used for home football games, boys and girls soccer, in the springtime, lacrosse, boys and girls track. So there's a multitude of events that will happen here. We've got a main competition gym. We've also got a field house. Out behind us, we've got our spring athletic fields. There's a varsity baseball field, and a varsity softball field. So I think we've been blessed, as I said earlier. We've got excellent facilities, and our folks are making good use of them.
As a teacher, when you think about the things that we have here at Hilliard Darby, and throughout the whole Hilliard School District in general, when you look at the different school districts across the state, and I've toured, performed, and visited many high schools across the country and through the state of Ohio, and there really is no comparison. It's just a wonderful feeling when you come in and you know that there's been a lot of thought go through every decision, every chair, every textbook, every possible detail for the future has been looked at, and that makes you feel even more honored to be here as an educator.
With a new school comes new traditions, and one of the biggest of all high school traditions began even before our first day of school. The first Hilliard Darby football game was played last Saturday night against the Northland Vikings in our new athletic complex. The ball was delivered airmail and handed directly to the #1 Darby Panther. It was quite a thrill to see the cheerleaders, to hear the band, watch the team take the field for the first time, and of course to celebrate our first points, a 31-yard field goal by Luke Rice. Then at last, the day we'd all been waiting for, September 2nd, 1997, the first day of school at Hilliard Darby High School. It was great to see all those freshmen and sophomores from the transition school, now a year older, being joined by a new freshman class to become the first ever Hilliard Darby student body. There is no senior class this year, so there won't be a graduation this spring. That honor is being reserved for this year's juniors, our student leaders, who have earned the right to become the first Hilliard Darby graduating class next year. It seems like just yesterday we started this whole project, and now it's business as usual. It's been a great experience, one that I will treasure forever. As the doors open and classes begin on the 1997 inaugural school year of Hilliard Darby High School, this leg on the journey to the road to Hilliard Darby comes to an end. But the next chapter is just beginning. New memories, new hopes, and new dreams, they all start now. Thank you for giving them the tools to make those dreams come true. Good afternoon, everyone. On a site not far from the place where we are today, the earliest roots of formal education in Hilliard began. We gather today to celebrate the dedication of our beautiful school home. Welcome to our place, everyone, Hilliard Darby High School. Thank you for being part of the true Hilliard School celebration and part of school history, a place where indeed Blue Ribbon Pride is 2 high schools wide. Our dedication to this wonderful facility is yet another example of the pride our school community shares towards educational excellence. The staff and students today at Hilliard Darby are committed to maintaining the positive traditions and values our Hilliard schools have practiced for generations. We will be patiently nurturing and compassionately caring for each other. We believe that building strong relationships with people is as important as the strength of the brick and mortar which surround us today. Welcome to the dedication of our new school home.
In the fall of '94, we were at a crossroads for deciding our students' futures. Today, we have come to another crossroads in the history of our school district, the dedication of our second high school. 31 years ago, as I looked out the rear windows of what is now the 6th grade building and watched the FAFA students farm this ground, little could I imagine what would happen many years down the road. As part of the dedication, we want to acknowledge Hilliard area families that have had more than 1 or more members in the district's 5 high schools.
Back in the 1800s, I had relatives that settled in Hilliard. And probably looking out over the land out here was where I used to come and visit my grandma and grandpa Latham. And I never thought I'd be standing here in front of all you people with a schoolhouse out in the country. That's the way times have changed.
And my grandfather, who had all the Chevrolet, attended the first school. My father attended the same high school that Jim and I attended. And Jim was my high school sweetheart and a football player. And one more little remark, our one grandson scored the first 3 points at Darby High School. Blue Grass.
Actually, our family has been around for quite a long time. Lois Rice and I are first cousins, and our great-great-great-great-great-grandfather was Jonathan Alder, after whom the Plain City schools are named. So, like she said, we've been around forever.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. What a beautiful facility Hilliard Darby High School is. I think everyone should be proud of this building and a terrific school I know you all will make it be.
As you look out among the students at Hilliard Darby High School, you see faces of many different hopes, dreams, goals, and expectations. But most of all, you see students of extreme individuality who are completely unique.
It is easy to complain about the things you dislike in school, the hard desks, the freezing classrooms, and most of all, the rushed lunch period. It is easy to tell someone why a school is bad or why a new program will fail, but it takes a lot more courage and patience to implement new ideas into a school and try to change people's attitudes for the better.
It's an honor to say that we are part of the history-making and tradition-building of Hilliard Darby High School. We've welcomed our family as well as our friends on this day with the dream of showcasing this beautiful school with honor and pride. As the day progresses, we'll be introduced to many individuals who are very proud to be a part of this school. I'd like to conclude with Hilliard Darby's theme for this year, "The Pride's Inside, Let It Out."
to get this started. Let's do this. Get the party going, the dance floor. Watch out, here I come. Watch out, here I come.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my sincere honor to present to you the Hilliard Darby High School alma mater. Please find the words published in your program and join us in singing our new alma mater, written by Mr. Michael Martin and performed by the Hilliard Darby High School Symphonic Choir. Our choir will sing our very own alma mater first one time, then we are all invited to stand and take part in the singing of the Hilliard Darby High School alma mater together.